with all the distrust in government, if you were able to use common sense, what would you do in this case? I'm pretty sure I have the rhinos in Niagara County committing identity theft, RICO, election law violations for manipulating a minor party line, and they do this to manipulate for votes when it comes to the general election. Let me go through and explain what happened here. This is Dave Mangello from wakeupny.net. Please like my videos on YouTube. I also got a website called wakeupny.net. I'm still working on it. Dave Mangello, run auto repair here in Niagara County, Lockport, New York, but I've been involved in reforming government stuff over 15 years now. And I've seen this go on. I've been a victim of bad government. I've seen people be a victim of bad government. I was a volunteer firefighter for 5 years. And I've had enough. And when I see things like this, I like sharing it. And I like just getting information out to people so they can make some better decisions when it comes time for voting. Because people are like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Yeah, he's a great guy, but why do you got to cheat? And this relates to cheating. And if you're on a grand jury or a trial jury and you saw this evidence, would you find them guilty or not? And this is what I have to show you in as presenting evidence. Let me explain to you what this process does. The committee process is an unknown elected position that was created by our forefathers so the political parties wouldn't get out of control. So you would have a local representative in your neighborhood represent you and your political party, and this person asks you if you want to run for office. If people want to run for office, asks you if you want to endorse them to run for office. So, when you hear that word endorse candidate, that is supposed to come from you as the member of the party. But being you don't know how this system operates, the politicians get in it to totally manipulate it. Especially here, the Republicans in Niagara County, let me tell you. And they've done this to both the Conservative Party and the Independence Party, but the Independence Party is gone because they didn't receive 50,000 votes in the gubernatorial election, so that party just disappeared. So people, some people you ask, what party are you on? Well, I'm independent. I'm an independent. Well, there's no such thing as, it's called non-affiliated, NOP. But the Independence Party was controlled by the Republicans to get extra votes. And I'm sure you saw that in the past. But let me explain to you what's going on here. We have 170 candidates here on this table. These were received today from the Niagara County Board of Elections. And these are the conservative committee petitions. Now, these committee people on here, it's a 2-year term, and how they actually work is you actually are on this committee for 2 years. Once you're elected to it, and it'd be in June, end of June, and within 20 days you have a conservative party, a reorganizational meeting. At that meeting, you as the 170 committee people go to a meeting. You decide the party rules for the county, and you vote for a chairman of the county and executive party members to then decide who gets endorsed for your party, chosen candidates, because 90% of the endorsed candidates usually win the elections. That's why it's so important. And the endorsement happens before the primary election. So, this year, the Conservatives endorsed Will Collins, the tire slasher, the vehicle vandalizer. For some reason, they forgave him, so they thought that he was a better candidate to endorse. But who really endorsed him? That's the big question. Why did they endorse him? And what's behind this endorsement? And why did they do what they do? Well, out of these 170 candidates here, only 12 conservatives circulated petitions. Now, keep in mind that the purpose of these committee people is to represent the people in their districts, right? Well, if they're to represent the people in districts, shouldn't they know the people in their district and go out and get 2 signatures to become a committee person? You think it's very simple. Republican committee person has to get about 25 signatures, but conservative, you need like 1.5, whatever it may, to get on the committee. So it's a very, very simple process. I don't know why he got so many. Obviously, he didn't need that many. But that's where, if these were true representatives of the conservatives, they go out and get their own signatures, like these 12 did. But these 12 are most likely connected to the political machine. The reason why they do it. Like here's the chairman, Josh Walker. He's got his wife as a committee person. And I'm sure Josh circulated, but his wife probably didn't. So these people here are the true conservative. They circulated, petitioned their name, so there was 12. So you figured, okay, none 12 deserve to be on the committee, but what about these others, right? Well, 20 Republicans circulated the rest of them. So if this is really the conservative party to represent the conservatives, why didn't they circulate their own petitions to prove the point that it is being manipulated to be controlled? Because they need this party line to win elections. A friend of mine was endorsed by the Democrats. He was a Republican. Of course, the conservatives wouldn't endorse him. The Independence Party wouldn't endorse him. So he had to primary the Republican in the race. It was a city race, legislature race. He lost the primary, but he was guaranteed a seat in the general election. But he lost because people voted conservative, independent on the independent line, ended up giving the other candidate more votes. So they need these lines to win more votes. And they go on to say, if you don't have more than 2 party lines, you cannot win the election. This is why, like, the Democrats will typically manipulate the working families line, the BLM line, whatever lines they might have out there. It's how this game is played behind the scenes. And it's wrong, it's unethical. But to show you, for example, the people circulating, so here we have Patty Weiss. She's a Republican. Look at all the conservative committee people she put on the committee. And of course, a lot of these people don't even know what their job is as committee people because they don't even go to the meeting. So proven it's a fraudulent endorsement. So Patty's, works for Wheatfield. She's involved with local government. Her whole family is. Lifetime benefits the rest of her life. You got Judith Newbold. She's the clerk of the town of Lockport. Government job again. You have Darlene DiCarlo. She's, county Office of the Aging. She's elected as a town board member, town of Lockport. You got the illustrious supervisor, Mark Crocker here. Who do you put on the committee? Andrew Norris, I'm sure related to Mike Norris, and Corbin, maybe related to one of the Rapids firefighters in the past. You have Josh Walker. He's a conservative. He carried his petition over there. So he put a bunch of people on the committee. He's definitely involved with here. You got Rebecca Whitish. She's another Republican, county government job. Let's see here. Michael Weiss related to Patty Weiss. Sobchak, county government. Aaron Norris, she's related to Mike Norris. She had a job at the Board of Elections. Katie Fogel, city alderwoman. Michael Carney, he works at the Board of Elections. This is all connected to government pay and government jobs. This is how it works. They take your pay, they take your benefits through tax dollars, keep on over-assessing you so they can keep on winning their elections and get lifetime benefits and great pay the rest of their lives. The county legislators, they gave themselves a 25% raise right before Christmas. 25%. Did you get a raise? And they're already making $500 an hour because they pay themselves like 25 grand, I think it is, with lifetime benefits. And they only go to like 15 meetings. That's it. This is where the problem lies, people. And regardless how nice you think some of these people are, if they do this is in my opinion, evil. They're manipulating for a benefit. This is identity theft because a lot of these people they're putting on the committees, they don't even know they're on the committee. So if you use somebody's identity for a financial benefit without them knowing they did it, that's a felony. Because they're doing it for pay. They're doing it for benefits. This is racketeering. This is RICO. You think the problem can be fixed at the federal level with the president? No, it happens right here in our own backyard. And you got to understand it. I have a lot of videos in the past, one that shows, how a lot of these people get jobs at the Board of Elections. They're actually counting your vote, and you're trusting these people, to do this. it just blows me away. And these people just the residents keep on dealing with this, and they think there's no fix when there really is. I teach a lot on the grand jury process, where you can actually fix this while you're a grand jurist. You can subpoena even the president as a grand jury. Check my videos out. I got one interview with the late Judge Murphy from Niagara County, explaining how the government doesn't want you to know the powers you have as an individual person on a grand jury or trial jury. But like my videos under Wake Up NY and Dave Mangello on YouTube. If you got any questions here, you can call me here at Mangello's number is 716-625-6125. If you have any news stories or anything, send me. I gladly cover it. And let's make America great, I guess, right? But we got to get rid of these fake Republicans. But thanks for listening. Take care.